As the prophet of esports, I rely on trustworthy and meaningful data every day. Data from our research partner YouGov offers the most complete view of esports fans and gamers in the world, providing context to who they are, what they think, the brands they buy, and things they do. YouGov's connected insights and research services inform strategy at every level. If you're a team, a brand, agency, or rights holder, you should be talking with YouGov. Their partners measure and maximize ROI and are telling compelling stories with data. Visit yougov.com/gaming-esports to learn more.
We had this conversation once upon a time, if you guys remember, about more casual MMOs, right? Do you guys remember that conversation? This is not coming up for some reason. Stardew Valley firmly in that camp. But the headline here, chill farming simulator Stardew Valley to host a $40,000 esports tournament. And the article talks about how, this is basically a farming simulator, but they're going to have a $40,000 prize pool. It's a competition of what they call skill, knowledge, and teamwork. They're going to have some of the biggest Stardew Valley streamers and players in the world. And it happens all in September 4th. It's going to be live streamed on Twitch and YouTube like any legitimate esport. Who here thinks casual games like Stardew Valley have legitimate esports future?
Guys, I get to jump in on this one. This is an abuse of the term esports a little bit, right?
Why?
Because any game requires skill, right? Or at least any good game. And Stardew Valley is a very good game. There's skill, there's knowledge, there's you're not fostering a long-term competitive scene and a lifestyle. This is just, they want to get a piece of the eyeballs that are generated around games. They need an event to, promote. They could call this a streaming marathon and it would be just the same thing that they're doing with I think it's a fun twist to call it an esport, and 40K in prizes maybe makes the stakes more interesting for viewers. But let's be honest, they're not launching a league. Nobody's gonna grow up, like you do with baseball, starting in Little League and prepare for the Stardew Valley majors. This just goes, we've seen many of these stories where games recognize esports as hot, and they recognize a little bit of esports spice on their media plan can't hurt. And I don't really have anything against it. It's just, and it's not a bad idea. And I applaud the marketers there for doing it, because it's getting press now. We're talking about it, but it does feed into this notion that, esports are and not everything really is an esport, or at least not in the sustained way that I think it really makes sense to talk about as its own category.
I mean, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here, because you're usually the one talking about an expansive chess is an esport, anything's an esport. Me sitting here,
I'm surprised.
Tapping a button is an esport. Who cares? It's all, I think having the narrow definition of esports, I think, hurts our industry. I mean, it's gaming watched as a spectator event is literally the definition I would use of esports. But to your point, it doesn't seem like you're offended by it, but you're just talking about a definitional thing. But
no, I guess
to me, it's
when I say that, I agree with that definition of esports, in the sense that, Stardew Valley could probably be an esport. A lot of things could probably be an esport, but it's a video game that people are watching other people play. It is an esport. That is the definition of it. But I think talking about this is the way this is positioned, sort of like an esport. I think what's worth understanding is to distinguish the properties where esports behaves differently versus where it's just a media play. It really is about that sustained ecosystem, with an intent to monetize off of eyeballs. And that's not what's happening here, right? It's just Stardew Valley is a great game.
If that's your definition of esports,
how is this,
then yes,
how is this different than Fortnite?
If
this article was Stardew Valley is going to have a $40 million prize pool as opposed to a $40,000 prize pool.
Well, then it's an esport, Paul. I mean, when it goes, I mean,
to me, Stardew Valley and Fortnite are on equal competitive skill caps.
You're only okay with this, Paul, because it's on PC. If this were a mobile game, you would say, how outrageous, this is not an esport. That's the only thing here, and that's what drives me crazy.
That's 100%.
That's the truth.
I'm all for Stardew Valley esports. Let's see some bigger prize pools. Let's see some more competitors.